Now joining me in studio to discuss Hamlet 2, Better Than the Original by Sam Broderick, with Blast, actor playing Hamlet, Richard Ayton, and actor playing Ophelia, Kirsten Whistle. Hello, how are you guys doing today?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. So tell me a little bit about Blast to start off.
So Blast, the bold local artists of the Southern Tier, they reside in Endicott, New York, right at the same place as the typical cider mill that you would all go to during the fall and during the summer. There is a nice little stage right behind there, also known as the Cider Mill Stage, and this is an organization run by Kate Murray, who is also our director for the show. She does a lot of different things throughout the community, and she provides a great area and a great space for a lot of great budding actors and established actors to essentially work their craft and put on great shows.
Awesome. Okay, and how long have you both been with Blast?
Do you want to go first?
This is my first production with Blast.
Oh, your first?
Yes.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, are you excited? Do you think this is a great show to kind of start with?
Absolutely. It's been so fun and just light and yeah.
No, that's awesome. And then how long have you been with Blast?
I've been with Blast for about a year and a half after graduating college, and then I started in late 2023 with A Christmas Carol, then did the 39 Steps, then did Charlie Brown, and then came back for A Christmas Carol, and then this is now my 5th show with them in the span of less than a year and a half, so.
Okay, awesome. You've had some good ones in there. So
More or less, yeah.
To start with. I feel like Christmas Carol is such a classic.
Yes,
you know,
yes,
that one's
it is.
always on for so long. But tell me, okay, so tell me about Hamlet 2. It's better than the original, so you gotta tell me why.
Yeah, well, yeah, better than the original. It sounds very daunting at first, especially just, you hear that and you're like, how can you make Hamlet, the original William Shakespeare piece, this better? And better than the original, and the 2 is also a little bit of an oxymoron because it's not really a sequel. It is a spoof almost. It is a remake. It's like moving on from Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and now all of a sudden having Andrew Garfield there. A lot of things change, but the base story is there. And having that comedy, adding comedy to it, having somebody experienced like Sam Broderick, who wrote Murder at the Howard Johnsons, which was at the Cider Mill Stage a few years ago, bringing that sort of comedy to it, it adds a little bit more. I mean, for some people will think of Hamlet as this like, oh, it's boring, it's like 5 different acts, it's a 3-hour show, I don't want to sit down and read this. Oh, I read this in high school, I hated it, it was one of the worst parts of my English class. Well, better than the original, the comedy adds to it, and you're actually wanting to sit down and watch it, and and you still get the context of everything.
All right, you know, putting a comedic thing onto anything is always fun. You know, comedy is such a fun thing. We just talked to the improv people. So tell me also about your characters individually. Ophelia, I'll start with you.
Ophelia is fun, she's free, maybe she's a little bit of a hippie. So that's a little bit of a change. And
was it hard to get into character at all?
Not really. I found it pretty freeing to explore this.
That's
free
fun.
person.
She sounds fun and hip. So yeah, okay. And you're Hamlet.
Yes. Yeah. A little younger for a Hamlet. I know he's usually played by around a 30-year-old, but you know, all jokes aside, it's a good middle-aged 22-year-old man, as I like to say. No, Hamlet is he's this confused yet sad yet just conflicted emotionally like sort of character, and it is a bit of a challenge. I will say that it's different to be the sort of like straightforward, you know, you've had this emotion, but having that conflict throughout the whole show, no matter what's going on, it's always a challenge, but it's a challenge I've been really grateful to, of course, do. And it's a challenge that I always will be willing to try, because portraying that on stage, I'm hoping that it translates to the audience as well as it translates to me.
Yeah, and before you guys came on, we talked that you guys have a good amount of people in the production. So I love asking people that come on the show when they play roles is if you had to switch roles with someone for a show, who would you want to play and why?
Ooh, my goodness.
Or if you want to stay the same, that's okay too.
Oh, geez. I mean, I do love, we have an actor by the name of Adam Ford who plays Horatio, who is Hamlet's best friend. I really do appreciate his role a lot, and I do appreciate how the acting that he brings to it. And I think it would be fun to switch that around between me and Adam to that I was Horatio and he was Hamlet, just to see the differences. But Horatio overall is a very fun character overall, and I think that would be the one that I would go with.
All right, awesome. And then for you?
For me, it would be Hamlet.
Really? Okay.
I just think he's fun, he's melodramatic, he's a little like over the top. Like, nobody really gets him. I just think it would be really
no
fun to
offense or
explore
anything.
that.
None taken, none taken.
Oh, that's awesome. I feel like there's such big roles here. Like, I remember reading in high school too, so all of the names I remember. But going back to kind of the set of the cider mill, how do you think that this play really fits well with how the seating is and what they have there?
Well, especially the cider mill stage, it's very close up. You basically have a guardrail in between where the audience sits and where we are acting wise, and there's a little bit of a ramp there depending on which side you are on. But with being that close, and especially in such a unique space as the cider mill stage is, you get a very unique and close-up experience, and especially for a show like Hamlet, where the Globe Theater, a lot of people were literally sitting up on balcony seats, and they were looking down, and they were like 30 feet above everything. And no, this is a very different situation to where the Globe Theater was, where Hamlet would have been performed back then. And honestly, having that close-up view, it gets you more into the story, it allows you to understand more, you catch the smaller things, and then especially with like fog effects like we use throughout the show or different audio things, there's a different experience, and it's a much closer, intimate sort of experience.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that about the cider mill stage, you know, especially all different types of shows. It's really nice to be there and be so close and see everything. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for coming on today. I really appreciate it. And have fun playing your characters. Don't switch now. It's too late. Okay?
Yeah, no, I would have to learn a whole bunch of new lines. That'd be a challenge.
Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
For those of you who might have missed those details, Blast, Bold Local Artist of the Southern Tier, is hosting the play Hamlet 2, Better Than the Original by Sam Boberick from February 14th to February 23rd. This will take place at the Cider Mill stage located at 2 Nanticoke Ave in Endicott. The show will have Friday and Saturday performances at 7:30 p.m. with Sunday matinees at 2:30 p.m. For more information, please visit cidermillstage.com.